everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're into astrology or learning about astrology or anything about it, whether you're a beginner or advanced, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. And today we're going to be continuing my Venus sign videos, and today we'll be talking about Venus in Leo. So what does it mean to have your Venus in Leo? You have your planet of love and beauty and value in the sign of royalty, of just sunshine, pure happiness, joy, energy, abundance, exuberance. All of these things are what really encapsulates the sign of Leo, and you're really going to apply that to your relationships and to how you approach love and how you select a partner, how you behave with a partner. And ultimately, these are the things that really will be serving in your favor if you know how to use them properly and if you use them to your advantage. So Venus and Leo individuals they want to be really proud of you. They want to be proud of who they're with, and they're not going into relationships that feel very serious or stuffy or sort of like restrictive to them. They really don't want that. They need a relationship or a partner that brings them true joy and allows them to really be themselves, allows them to take the lead, to shine, to be that performer that they know that they are. And ultimately what love can really feel like for them is this huge stage production, this performance that they need to impress people, and they want a lover who will also work as hard to impress them, and who puts them on this pedestal and treats them as like the king or the queen. Because Venus and Leo people are very they're very confident in knowing what their value is. They're confident in knowing what they truly deserve and what they really want in a partner, because Leo is a fire sign. They have this natural confidence, this spirit about them, and like that comes with just being alive, and ruled by the sun. Everything in our solar system revolves around the sun. That's sort of paralleled with how Leo as a sign kind of views themselves. And Venus and Leo will want a partner who sort of treats them like that and really places them as top priority. They're definitely not going to want to play a supporting role to you, or definitely not to another person. Venus and Leo they're going to strive for loyalty. Venus and Leo is very, very loyal. Very, they can be a little bit old-fashioned, because I sort of see all the fixed signs in all the fixed Venus signs as sort of having like, except for Venus and Aquarius, obviously, as having like this more of a traditional type of love, because they seek that commitment. And so people who are like more oriented towards commitment will tend to steer towards relationships that are traditional, that are a little bit old-fashioned, a little bit, they have rules, they have structure, they have like what like the societal expectations are what the societal expectations are of a relationship. When they fall in love, they would just want to shout it out off the top of the rooftops, and like have this huge giant parade with a float of like your face or something like that. They're just very, very loud and proud and expressive of how they feel. And I feel like Venus and Leo will be super apparent, super obvious if they like you or not. There's not going to be any like guessing or mind games with them. It's just very honest, very plain and simple, and just it becomes a part of who they are. I feel like any placement that you have in Leo is going to be super loud and super expressive, super just very plain and simple and out there for the world to see. Because Leo doesn't hide. It doesn't like it's not ashamed, and it's not shy, it's not reserved. It's just very honest. It's you, and it's just your identity, your expression. That's kind of like how I see any Leo placement. Venus and Leo is not going to hesitate to like go after who they want, or just pursue anything that really captures their attention, or just anyone that they can really fall in love very, very easily. They're very big flirts. They can be really fun and entertaining to like fall in love with, because they're just they want to put on like this show, like this performance. It can all seem like just very grand and very uh, very show offy if you're with them, or if you're like starting to like talk to them and like starting to date them. It's gonna feel like every time you're together, it's like this production, like this sort of script that you have to follow. I feel like Venus in Leo has really high expectations in love, and just this ideal partner, like this ideal just image of who they want you to be, because they have so much high expectation in love and with their partner, because they know how much they value themselves and how much they deserve and how much they want. They know exactly what they want from love and from relationships. So people who kind of, partners who kind of just prove how human they are, and are more realistic in showing their true selves, will sort of disappoint a Venus in Leo, because they don't really want to see that. They want to see your best side, because they put out their best side. They're always gonna like cover up the blemishes, cover up like the things that they don't want you to see. Um, it's all about, like I said, putting on a show and just being like playing this role, playing this acting part, and that's gonna come with, hiding a bit of the ugliness, or like just the boring parts of themselves. They're really gonna like overhype themselves up, especially on that first date. Like they really want to show off the best side of them as they possibly can. Venus in Leo is super generous in love, and whether that's, financially, it's also emotionally. It's a big part of. They're really going to be very generous with their heart. Venus in Leo, I kind of just see this placement as sort of emanating rays of sunshine or like love to you, because they are ruled by the sun. They are this embodiment of like giving life, and just making things grow, making things happen, making life happen, and being alive. And so experiencing a relationship and experiencing love from a Venus in Leo, it'll feel so alive for you. It'll feel like nothing else you've ever experienced before, because it's like suddenly there's like new meaning to life. They have this way of loving you that it just makes you feel alive, and it just the way that they shower and pour out all their love and affection and romance to you, they just and they want you to feel that way, because when they experience love themselves, it's very much larger than life. It's very much, it kind of just like takes over their life, and it just becomes so dramatic, and it feels like at times it can feel dramatic. And another thing is that they do like that drama, and like they need to feel something with you. And if the relationship is a little bit too safe, a little bit too sober, too realistic, too in the routine, they might, Venus and Leo is going to be inclined toward starting a little bit of drama just to get that passion going. There needs to be a lot of passion with Venus and Leo. That's part of what gets their blood going. It's part of what makes them feel alive. And, because they are a fire sign, you have to remember Leo is a fire sign. So, getting that passion out of them, that passion ignited every single day, is super important for them. Venus and Leo is really going to appreciate uh, the grand gestures, the bold declarations of love. Like, what, even if you guys are just like grocery shopping, they're gonna they're gonna love you more if you just like scream their name at the top of your lungs and just like proudly declare, like even in just like the randomest, most simple situations, everyday situations, they're gonna love that, because it's a little bit unexpected, and it just kind of like keeps the romance alive, and it keeps the passion alive between you two. And that's, like I said, that's super important for them. So they're gonna love it if you are just as proud of them, as proud of being with them as they are with you. Venus and Leo, although they do crush a lot, they do have a lot of high expectations, and they do have high standards and set for you. So they can also be very, very picky. So that being said, they're not going to waste their time on just giving anybody a chance, or just giving a relationship with anybody a chance. So you really know that if they are committing their time to you, that is very important, and that is a huge significator of them being really serious about you, that they really take you seriously, that they see you as long-term potential. A Venus and Leo I feel like as much as they enjoy romance, as much as they love falling in love and like the passion of starting new things, they're really in it for the long haul, and they are really looking for a partner that they can share their life with. It's not everything is like just this lighthearted flirtation, this lighthearted romance, as much as they might fool themselves into thinking, and as much as they might fool others into thinking. Like, they really are looking for a long-term partner. Remember that they are fixed, and so they are. This is gonna lead them to be especially picky, especially like having high standards for they whoever their partners are, and so they expect you to appreciate that, to recognize that, and if you can like show your appreciation of them being in your life, and like I said, just like kind of treating them as like the king and or the queen, they're gonna notice that, they're really gonna appreciate that. I just feel like a relationship with a Venus and Leo, and the love that you experience with them, is just gonna feel so delicious and so extravagant and so luxurious. um, I really, really love that about this placement, because it's just so bright and colorful. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's just like what I think of when I think of the vibes of a Venus and Leo. That's just one of the reasons why, like, this is one of my favorite Venus sign placements. Venus and Leo are super, super confident in themselves, and they know that they can get you. They know that they're always going to win you over. They know that they can't fail in that regard. Um, and that's sort of like what is so attractive about them, is just how sure of themselves they are. They know that they're very well equipped to capture you and keep you and attract you, and and that's sort of like their magnetic factor about them, as well as like how in love with life they are, and how alive they seem, how much of an individual they really are, and how much they just like put themselves out there and just aren't afraid to be themselves. Just how they handle themselves with so much grace, so much dignity. And other people might see that as like demanding or bossy, or like over, like too full of themselves or too conceited or whatever. But really, Venus and Leo just knows how to love themselves, and some people will mistake that as overconfidence or just being conceited. But to be honest, like, there's really, Venus and Leo doesn't see anything wrong with loving yourself and knowing that you have everything, that um you are just comfortable in your own skin, and so comfortable that you aren't just okay with it, you aren't just accepting of yourself, but you're also willing to show it off, and that's really a beautiful thing. So I think a Venus and Leo will be the ideal partner for you if you enjoy having fun in your relationships. And if you yourself are a super romantic person, and if you know how to keep that romance, that excitement, that passion alive with them, then they're really going to be, then you really could make it with them. You could really make it work with them. They're going to love that about you. And if you're also somebody who like doesn't hold back, or doesn't, you know, isn't stingy with their love, you have got to be very generous with your affection and just showering them with compliments. It has to be forthcoming, it has to be real, genuine, and honest. Obviously, they don't want you to just be flattering them just to flatter them. Really can't be someone who is shy or holds back from expressing affection and expressing your feelings. I feel like a Venus in Leo is ultimately looking for a partner who can be like, who can be their playmate, who can be their number one fan, who can also be someone that doesn't stand for their BS and doesn't put up with that, who can like put up a fight. That to them would be really, really sexy, if you can just be their best friend, but also like no one to stand your ground, no one to put up a fight, no one to say enough is enough, no one to say no to them, as much as like it'll shock them at first because they're so used to getting their way. Venus and Leo will really, in the long run, they're really gonna appreciate that, and they're really gonna benefit from that. And it's also someone who just like plays their part, their role as their lover, in a really professional and like exciting, like entertaining way. Also, Venus and Leo won't really appreciate if you kind of try to keep stealing the spotlight from them. They want it all to themselves in love. So translate it into like a love relationship, that's really gonna be about them wanting to be number one, not wanting to be your number one, wanting to be your priority, wanting to be that main bitch and not like your side hoe or whatever. They're really not going to stand for that. They need to be center stage, and the relationship is the stage, and so they need that spotlight. So they really expect commitment from you. They expect your loyalty. They expect your 100% full undivided attention. And I think that's about all I have to say about Venus and Leo. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're a Venus and Leo, please tell me how I did down in the comments. Don't be afraid to fill me in with anything that I missed. I'd love to hear from you. And for all my other viewers, just go ahead and drop down your own Venus sign placement down below and what you think of it. Do you relate to it at all? If you're new here, if you're just now watching my video, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video if you liked it, and you can also follow me on my other social medias at lunarcappy on Tumblr and Twitter, and I'll see you again for another Venus sign video.